guys, welcome back to Danganronpa. It's DJ Gamer Girl signing on. So, last episode, they tore Monokuma apart. We believe the mastermind is dead. As in murdered. But if they weren't dead before, they're certainly dead now because when Jill tried to pull off the mask, the body went boom. So now we're in the data center, and we're trying to find out, what we can about the mastermind. Nothing showing up on this one. Hey, look, next to that TV. Isn't that a TV antenna? It is! Just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas. Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV? Did someone say TV? Well, Saturday morning Hina's here. Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Anyway, if we can do it, if we can watch TV, let's do it. Come on. You're all starved for info from the outside world, huh? Alright, let me work my magic, and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it. I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about?
Yes.
He doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, moving on. There's a bunch of computers all lined up. They look like high-performance PCs. Nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked. So, what? We can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in.
Huh?
What century are you from? The mastermind must have been using these to monitor the network and Alter Ego. You may well be right about that. But there's no point in thinking about it now. Sure. He's right. There's a really ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using them all to spy on us. As long as I have this. Huh? Look at Master go! It's like a feast for the eyes. How much is a monthly membership? Moving on. The store's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. Could be inside. No luck. The door's locked, huh? Well, what if you use that key? What if you use the key to open this room? Let's give it a try, just in case. Nope, no good. Won't even fit in the keyhole. Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind is dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I guess you're right. Can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. Hina's right. The mastermind's gone. So there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. What's wrong? Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working. Really? Now all we gotta do is switch it on. Then do it. Freaking idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets from the outside world. And they were sitting here watching TV the whole time. I really thought they could get away with it. Sis. Is the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room? Isn't it? That's weird. Hey, what are you doing? That's really weird. You're weird. Weird in every way possible. And not just weird, super weird. But this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how is it showing the camera feed? Did you try changing the channel? Oh, good idea. Let's give it a try. Hiro went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center. What the heck? Is it broken or something? No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. A trick? What kind of trick? I'm not sure, but
Huh?
Been a while, you friggin' bastards! Monokuma! You're supposed to be dead! Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid. Hey, you're acting kinda strange. Something seems different. Of course I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, I've been hibernating for 2 years already. Not even. It's been like half a day at most. How are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. Look at your faces right now. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's what I wanted to see. The moment you went from hope to despair. Don't tell me you were intended to be dead all for this moment. Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now. And that's that. Well, it's almost It's almost time to cut off your past so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. You can't be serious. We have to keep going? Oh, we were supposed to get out of here. Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here? How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides, this life isn't all that bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life no matter where you are. Are you serious? This place is the worst. If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair? I'm pooped from all that laughing. Guess I'll just get to the point now. The point? You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed, that TV is an essential part of your school life here.
Nani?
I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
どういうことだべ?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us the surveillance feed? Look how attentive they are now. Well then, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That TV is absolutely without a doubt displaying the signal coming in on the antenna. But what does that mean? It's displaying the signal, but it's just us standing here. Ah, fine, you're so stupid. Don't you get it? I'll just tell you. This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. What? This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. Doesn't matter how many times I say it, I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure that I'd understand the deeper meaning. What? Broadcast live? To the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this? Can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow? The camera feed is being broadcast? No way. That's impossible. That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that? All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now? Of course! I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan. Everything has meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them the true despair like they'd never seen before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment. You're lying! If this was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us. What if they already did? Huh? But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally though, so whatever.
バカな。
But to take control of all communications like that, you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep. So how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
もちろん
Yeah, duh. There's a little business of... Class trial? Do you mean...
ブププブププププじゃモノクマファイル
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone, give it all you got, okay?
ワクワクのドキドキだよね
Okay, things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
楽しみ楽しみ
And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. The truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. Couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's despair entertainment? And how is he still alive?
もうやだよ
I thought that finally we could get out of here. And plus, what did he say about class trial?
黙れ。
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko. What?
どういうことだべ
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills the condition. And if Monokuma was still alive and active, that means that the mastermind, Mukuro Ikusaba, isn't dead. So naturally, that body can't belong to her. So it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? No, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have an end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
黙れ。
Whether you believe it or not doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we better begin.
でも
But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer.
そうだ。
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
But you just said...
黙れ。
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. I better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered in other wounds, but they were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice. I have to investigate. I had to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important, from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. Check the body more thoroughly. Maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. There's also something in the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's something strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half caught set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Alright, the stab wound. The white jacket victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. That's it? Really? You're not gonna check here? What about the shoes? The shoes! Those don't look like Kyoko's shoes, okay? That's all I'm saying. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... Must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife... It looks really familiar. Wait, is this... That's it! It's a knife that person was holding! This is getting really weird. These are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... When they attacked, I was kind of in a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And maybe then And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean that Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. These look like fragments or something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. Where? So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. I don't think there's any blood on her this time. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right. It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Yes.
Wow, thanks! That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot too. So thank you, too. Yeah, there was no blood on the ground. So how... Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about? I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious? The murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. He was spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I could confirm when I arrived last night there was no body here.
つまりだ。
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, and Hina and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
そうだ。
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
なんだ。
But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be quite at a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Here we go again. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
リアルな話。
Oh, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual. I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. I was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
だべ。
Oh, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. There's one missing. 4.
Ooh.
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens were in here? Of course, there are precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. So weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
ゲイだよ。
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
なんだべ。
Oh, what are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
陰謀だべ。
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappeared, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hito and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinkler should have gotten it wet, which means that the murder must have taken place. Yeah. Just to be sure, I should take a look in the tool shed. This room's dusty and disorganized. Pretty stereotypical tool shed. Is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. Could be related to the case. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. What? Really? Nothing else? Well, take the pickaxe! Fine. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically the fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room... Yeah, Byakuya has it. I don't have a choice. I'll have to see if he'll let me borrow the key. Hey, Byakuya? If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay then. In the meantime, I should look somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. What one area? I had to look it up. It's a fragment of the bomb that they dug out of Monokuma in the gym. You know, I always get so lost. Wrong way. Monokuma was laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here. I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? Bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. That bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. The fragments I found in the garden. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Down, please. Wrong button. I'll be surprised if he actually helps us. I mean, this is Byakuya we're talking about here. Byakuya. You think you can go soon, Byakuya? You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... and it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. So this is Kyoko's room. What's this? There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration. What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. It doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that. But if it is a kid, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something at the dojo that this might go to. Yeah, locker number 6. Dojo? there anything else here?
Nanda. Oi.
Ah, the letter! Okay, I thought it was just gonna be Byakuya, just bitching and moaning.
So,
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something certainly has happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
Nanda.
That's all that was in there? Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Under her sheets. But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba. It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and blink. That's it.
This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. Made an effort to pull myself together, then look down the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex female. The ultimate soldier. Ultimate soldier? I thought she was considered the ultimate despair. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in military from childhood, and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information. She was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped and that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. The Ultimate Soldier. The Ultimate Soldier. A mercenary group. This doesn't feel right. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things, just as an ordinary person, but then... I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize it? The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already...
Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and the bit player is becoming the hero.
It's you! What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh! You found our profile! So what if we did? Don't forget on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either. Even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? Who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know. A rule violation is really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow those regulations myself. So you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well? Absolutely! I can't have you complaining about how unfair it is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting?
Boop, boop.
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that. When you all first got here in the main hallway back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding? Are you saying... That's right, there weren't actually 15 of you. The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16? Then...
戦場ムクロ、この学園に潜む16人目の高校生、超高校級の絶望と呼ばれる女子高校生、戦場ムクロに気をつけて。
16 student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life. She's the one making all the regulations is...
なぜだ
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know? Make sense? Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kitty, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously? You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but... She wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... The tattoo. That's the Fenrir tattoo! The one whose dad really is Ikusaba! Right? Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars. Which means... those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
なんだ
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
海ね
God would really have hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
そう
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro was the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves Mukuro was connected to the case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16 student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
ありえるな
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
なんだ
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
決まりだ
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? Without Mukuro, the ultimate despair was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal this episode to us? That's a good point.
つまり
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it definitely seems possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
行くぞ
Well, are you coming? Number 6. There are wooden lockers here. Yeah.
なるほどな
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
妙だな。
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what this means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
そう。
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
なるほど。
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow. But how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
妙だな。
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker room wind up in the victim's room?
なぜだ。
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue to the next location. What next location?
なんだ。
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do research on something? Research? You talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info on that the general public doesn't have access to.
行くぞ。
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and went straight to a shelf on the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand.
なるほどな。
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Oh, whatever. I'll read it for you. But I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? That's not kind of extreme. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. Their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They've been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was a mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
なんだ。
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, this isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields are much different from our lives here. An unpredictable and unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the worst word I would use. So, does anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report says something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of each team, each soldier that joins a squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean...
着実にダメージを負っている。そのことをもっと自覚するべきなのです。というわけで、時間ですよ。じゃあお前らはいつもの場所にさっさと集合してください。うぷぷ、また後でね。
And the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
そうだ。
Seemed that way. Let's go. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Wait, are you jealous? Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
なんだ。
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. Show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
なぜだ。
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet? Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
おい。
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? Huh? I made you wait. You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
つまり、
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we?
は
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you.
ぁうぷぷ
Sorry, but you're wrong.
にゃほほほほ
But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
ね
I'm here, and no rule has been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko! You're still alive! No! That's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
なんだ。
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
そうかしら
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
はい
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty, officially, but I'll bet you'll be sorry later.
知らん
No, I'll be sure you're sorry later.
あ
Anyway, I'll send your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die!
え
Of course I didn't die. Thank God! I'm so glad you're okay! Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right! Now we gotta deal with a ghost! I told you, stop talking!
行くぞ。
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me! Good call. Who knows what might happen if we take too long.
でも
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
そう
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. Second floor?
そうよ
There weren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
それは
Just now, I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
でも
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then what's that key you found ghost to?
違うわ
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
つまり
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
苗木くん
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial. Okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
どうやら
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
じゃあね
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way into the elevator. Just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. Can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. The dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. Or all the pink he decided to put in here. I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show. Alright. I have no idea how long this trial is going to be. Anyway, we'll be starting the trial next time. Till then, this is the Gamer Girl, signing off.